Good morning, students. Welcome to your computer class. I am Sunny. So, students, we were discussing about the internet in our chapter, which is surfing the internet. So, we were learning about different things. We learned about till now what we know about internet is the little bit of internet. We know about the uses of internet. We know about the history of internet, the governing body of the internet, the requirements of connection of internet. We know about the broadband, the dial-up technology, about the internet. We know about the World Wide Web. We know about the web browser. We know about the web page, as well as we know about the home page. So these are the topics we have covered till now, and today we are going to start with our last topic, and which is a very small topic, so the video is not going to be little lengthy, it's going to be very short. So we are going to talk about our last topic of this chapter, which is the URL. Now what is a URL? URL, students, stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Now what is this? This is actually the address of a web page or any other resources. Now what does this mean? URL is, in other words, can be called as the link. Now most popularly it is called as the link. Now you can see in the example here, I have put an example which is http colon forward slash www.dell.com. Now what is this? Now if you put a mouse cursor on top of it, you would see a finger icon and a hand, excuse me, which is, you can put it on the link and you can click it. The moment you click on it, automatically a new web browser will open up and the website will load itself. This is called as the URL. Now the Uniform Resource Locator has several examples. Like, this is one example I have mentioned here. In your book you can see there are other examples being given, so you can also talk about http colon forward slash www.india.gov.in. Now this website is the website, official website of the government of India, so which talks about the country, the different details, especially for the travelers who are coming from outside. Now this also is an example of URL. In your book you can see it is being given as http colon forward slash www.yahoo.com. Then you would see the http colon forward slash www.nationalgeographic.com. Now what does this mean? What are these details mentioned here? What is HTTP? The first question comes into our mind is, what is HTTP? So students, the full form of HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. I repeat, it is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Now if you remember, yesterday I was talking about a language which is used to create web pages. Now these are two different things, so let's not get confused with them. HTML is a programming language, which is hypertext markup language. This has already been mentioned in your book, but HTTP is not mentioned in your book. Hence, I request you to make a note of this, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is HTTP. Now, in few occasions, you would also see an S added next to HTTP. So what does this S stands for? Now the moment we talk about S, it stands for secured HTTP. So that full form would be Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured. So it would be better if we write the full form of HTTPS just next to the URL. If you find some blank space there in your textbook, please make a note of this. Now when we are talking about HTTPS, it is also important to talk about the green lock which we see right next to the HTTP. Now this green lock indicates that this website is secure. Now how it is secure? The security here means that the information or the transaction taking place between the user, which is me, and the company's website is safe. That means nobody can intercept the conversation or the details. So, for example, if I am making a purchase and if I am sharing my debit card or credit card details with the organization, then it would be considered it is safe and secured rather than the one which doesn't have an S added to it. Now, when the S is not added, so the only thing is that this level of security reduces. So the website is not considered as secured, so which ultimately creates a risk to the user as well as for the organization. So more and more companies are moving towards the secure thing. Now, to visit a website, we have to type the address of the website in the address bar, right? And then we press enter. We all know that. We have been using it. Now, the moment we press enter, the website or the web page automatically loads itself. Now, we will move to our next slide and we will try to understand the basic URL structure. Now, what is the basic URL structure? The first HTTPS, what you see here, is the protocol. This is the protocol. The second half, a protocol, the first part of the address is called the protocol. It is also called as the scheme. The second part of the address is the name of the server. You can see that in the middle, which has been mentioned here. This is the name of the server. For example, if it is a Dell server, then it will be dell.com. If it is an HP server, it will be hp.com. If it is the Truth Mission edu, then it will be the server of the Truth Mission edu website. And the second one, the last part which you see, is the path. Path is considered as the way which moves from inside the server, which file or page it's loading, that is more related to the path. So for example, in the video you can see it is written as glossaries. So this is going to take me to the glossaries page. Similarly, if you see it in your book about the example of National Geographic, so it is talking about travel. So it will take me to the page which has got some or the other information related to the travel. So students, this brings us to the end of the chapter here. Now, let's quickly make a note of our homework. So, our homework would be question number 6, which is what is the significance of a URL and name the various parts of URL. Right? So, this is our question. So this is our question which we will be doing. So what is the significance of URL? I guess you will have to write 2 points here and name the various parts of URL. So you will draw the path which I showed it right now in the example. The same way you will draw it. You're going to divide the different parts of the URL, and also you will mention about the scheme which was mentioned in your book. So this brings us to the end of the chapter. I hope all of you would have completed all your back exercises and question answers by now in a very good handwriting. You put the date, you put the heading, you fill the index, and your notebook should be up to date with the work. So tomorrow we will be discussing the answers for our question, and by now we have completed 2 chapters. So next week we will meet again. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Thank you, students.